Howdy, Beefalo Bart here, and today's video is just another one of the Hey Dev type videos. So bear with me, these are just some suggestions that have been popping up in my head, and I want to share them and get everybody else's thoughts on them. So make sure you leave me a comment on what you think about these, and if this is something that you think should be moved on with by the devs to fix these issues. The first one I want to look at is with the commendations. Okay, first off, yes, I'm happy that we have them. However, there is some minor issues with them. Now, what I'm going to point out is kind of a, I guess you can consider it to be a glitch or a bug. And right now, we're not in a global event, but the global event assault, one of the accommodations is to kill 30 LMB bosses during the assault, or during assault. We haven't had that happen yet. We haven't had the assault global event yet. And yet I'm just about done with it. Pardon the interruption. Thought I was in a spot where I wouldn't be bothered with spawns. So I'll just send them a little present real quick. And that should take care of the group. Anyway, with the global event assault mode, this right here, as you see, I'm only 6 away from completing all 4 stages of the objective for getting the patch. And that's just normal running around doing things. It's not like I'm trying to actually get that particular one. But yeah, that's something that should be addressed. They forgot to check a box or whatever on that one. Of all these different ones, like this right here, deconstructing items, okay, whatever. But when it comes to the missions, you see I've got quite a few of them done already. Okay, say on this right here, you be the agent to plant the bomb both times in clear sky. Okay, not a big deal. Should be relatively easy to do. And you get a cipher key fragment. Okay, I'm okay with that. But this one right here is just one of many that it's scattered throughout the objectives or the accommodations. You have to slay the dragon, horseman hunting club, flawless incursion. You have to accomplish all 3 of those in order to get a patch and a cipher key fragment. I think if you've already completed all 3 of those, this is not something you can do in a 5-minute run. So why only give 1 cipher key fragment? This one should give you, for accomplishing all 3 of those, you should actually get a complete cipher key. And that's just my thoughts on that. Now, like doing the individual pieces like this right here, be the agent to use the laptop to place both circuits, and place both circuits. Okay, yeah, whatever, a fragment for that. But evasive maneuvers, okay, yeah, a lot of these, I can see for a reward 1 key fragment, but if you go through and accomplish all of those and you're only going to get a patch and you're only going to get a key fragment, no, that right there, to have 6 objectives that must be accomplished to be able to get that done, I think you should get 1, if not 2 cipher keys, complete keys, not fragments, but complete keys for accomplishing that. Same thing with this flawless fighter. To be able to get flawless on 1 is tough enough, but to get all of these in flawless, I think you should get at minimum 1 full key. But since there are 6, I think it should be worth your while, and things that are more difficult to accomplish like that should give you at minimum 1 full key up to 3 full keys. So that's just my thoughts on the commendations and the reward system for them. Because I mean, you completely do clear sky and no one getting downed or killed. That one's going to be tough to do. And doing the flawless ones like that and incursions, I think are a little bit more difficult to do. And I think those should reward a full key and not a key fragment, not just one key fragment. Maybe 5 key fragments minimum. But I would say for a difficult item like this, you should get a full key. But again, minimum 5 fragments. It's just the payout on some of these commendations is just really, really weak. You know, especially the flawless ones. You know, like this right here. Again, there's 6 objectives, and you accomplish all 6 of those, and all you get is a key fragment and a patch. And sure, you're going to get fragments from doing the individual, like pig stick or checkmate or head of the curve, pack animals. But like this right here, Horseman Hunting Club. Kill all 4 horsemen. Now, let's kill 4 named bosses that are like heavy gunners. Kill all 4 of them within 20 seconds of each other. Tough one to get. And all you're going to get is a fragment? 1 fragment? Come on, bump it up minimum 5. But if you can accomplish this, definitely get a whole key for that. That's worth a whole key. Because that's something special. It takes some effort to actually do that. And it's not like you can just hop in the flashpoint, do that real quick. Oh, if you fail, then restart it. If you have to restart it, you're going all the way back to the beginning all over again. And it's not going to be an easy thing to do. I haven't done lost signals since that. Okay, whatever. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the commendation system and the rewards and payouts on them. They need to be adjusted to reflect what the actual commendation really is. I mean, okay, complete 500 missions. You know, you're breaking it up. Okay, that's fine. You get a key fragment for each section. Whatever. That probably should be bumped up a little bit, but yeah, whatever. Pack animals. That was killing the 3 bosses in World Tier 5. Yeah, whatever. So, again with the noobs. So, we'll move on from there. Next topic was Last Stand and Survival. Now, of the DLC, and I'm talking about the major DLCs, I'm not talking about the cosmetic items, but of the DLCs, you've got Last Stand, you have Underground, and you've got Survival. Okay, the one thing I have to say about that is I'm not entirely with the way that Survival is done. You know, to do Survival, you actually have to queue up and be part of a group. If you're going to do PvE based, then it shouldn't even look for a group. There's no need. You're going to go in there and you're essentially going single player. So there's no need to actually join a group. The problem that you run into with the Survival and with the Last Stand is, honestly, nobody's really queuing up for them. And Survival, really and truly, is just pointless to even try to get a game anymore. You sit in queue for 20, 30, 45 minutes and sometimes still don't get a match. So it's just pointless to even have that. Last Stand, tonight, it took about 20 minutes for me to be able to get the first match, and I got paired up with a team that was absolutely just worthless. I mean, absolutely worthless. I mean, I got in there and was trying to do whatever I could. And, you know, most of my characters are a little on the squishy side because, I'm a casual gamer. Most of my setups are like this one right here, which is based on Seeker Mines or, Glass Cannon, because whenever I'm in a group, somebody else is taking the aggro, and I'm just going to dish out the damage, what have you. I'm not really geared up for PvP. I don't do it a whole lot. So, okay, I got 20 minutes worth of waiting, finally get a match, and the team is absolutely worthless. I end up getting a second match, and we actually won that one, but, not by a great big margin, which is fine. I'd rather have a good fight instead of it being a one-sided match. So it's just not a whole lot. I mean, there's times where I've gone in and waited 20 minutes for a last stand battle and just give up. There's no point in waiting that long just to get into a PvP battle because people are still out there doing the Dark Zone. Okay, so off the soapbox complaining about Last Stand and Survival. My idea is to actually make Last Stand and Survival free. Okay, I paid separately. I didn't get the season pass. I have not gotten a season pass. I physically paid for Last Stand, I physically paid for Survival, and I physically paid for Underground. I paid out of my pocket for all three of those DLC, and I've got other DLC as well that I paid for out of my own pocket. Alright, so if I paid for them out of my own pocket, then why the hell should I let everybody else get it for free? Think of all the other people who have actually physically bought it, not just got it as part of Season Pass. Okay? I don't expect for them to actually refund me real cash. I don't want my money back from paying for Last Stand and Survival if they make it free. I'm not asking for cash back. I understand. I wouldn't want to start dishing out. Think of all the people who paid full price for it, then think about who got it while it was on sale. So how do you adjust that? Do you give everybody the sale price? Well, people who paid full price are going to get gypped. Well, do you give them back credit for full price? What about people who bought it on sale? They're going to make money from the deal. So, okay, I understand. No on paying back a physical refund, but instead of getting cash back, I would actually be perfectly fine with getting credited for the premium currency. That would work for me. The premium credits, pay me back the equivalent in premium credits for what I paid retail for those two expansions. That seems logical because it doesn't cost you a frickin' penny to give people these credits back. To pay someone back in the form of premium credits. It's not going to cost you anything. It's going to take you a little bit of time to actually do it. And other than that, it's not going to cost you a penny other than the payroll for paying someone to actually go through and make sure that it gets implemented correctly. I'm all for it. That's my solution for that. And I think if Survival and Last Stand were free, there's a chance that you might actually be able to get a battle in those. And I'm thinking also with the fact that 1.8 is coming soon, and with the new PvP mode, and especially that it's going to be free, and it's going to be pretty kick-ass. Really and truly, is anybody going to do Last Stand anymore? I mean, I like the mode. It's kind of cool. It has it's fun. But how many people are going to actually be doing that if everybody else is doing the 4v4? Because it's free, there's going to be more people doing it, and there's always going to be a constant stream of battles going. And if everybody's doing that, then still, who's going to be doing Last Stand and Survival? So, yeah. Survival, too much work, not enough reward, I can't see it anymore. Alright, I'm going to move on to the next topic. The chat system. I physically have chat turned off. I don't have the chat window on at all. And if you don't know how to turn it off, you can go into, you hit escape, left click on settings, go to visuals, and show chat window. No, I've got it turned off completely. I don't want to come across as being a racist or just negative in general, but when you're in the base of operations or in the terminal or leaving some of the other zones, you can't really carry on a conversation with other people in the same channel because of, and this is going to sound bad, but you know what? This is my opinion. The Korean and Chinese, the Chinese spammers who are spamming for powering you through they want you to give you your account. You're going to give them your account login information so they can quote unquote go in and run clear skies or whatever, so you can get the global event credits during a global event, or you get exotic caches by doing the exotic cache runs. Yeah, if you're mentally retarded enough to give away your account information and then pay somebody to take your account information, you deserve for your account to be lost. All right, but you got a steady stream of those spammers that are clogging up chat, and we're talking about 5 or 6 lines. It fills the whole chat. And then you've got other people talking in Korean and talking in Chinese and talking in foreign languages. I thought this was a North American server, and yeah, I'm encountering a lot of people that are from EU that should be on an EU server, and they're over here just like a lot of these Chinese and Koreans are. They're over here because the Asian servers essentially suck. They can't get any of the last stand and survival battles. Now, if once 1.8 hits and there's lots of PvP going on, a good percentage of those are actually going to leave the US server, the North American server, go back to their own servers, because they're probably going to be able to get more PvP in the new mode because it's free and more people will be able to play it. But think of all the others that do not go. And the problem that this creates is a lot of people get frustrated seeing all of that crap, and then it gets people who are that are totally worthless people that make comments and slurs against other people because they're speaking foreign languages in a North American chat. They're speaking Chinese and Korean and German and Brazilian and Spanish and what have you. And honestly, the only way I can think of to clear up this issue is for the North American server, block all those extra characters. If it's not a standard English keyboard like what we're used to, you go to Best Buy and pick up a standard USB keyboard or a wireless keyboard or what have you. If those characters aren't on this damn keyboard, then they don't need to be in our chat. And yes, it sounds like I'm being an asshole, but you know what? Screw you. This is, North American server. If you're not in North America, get the hell off my server. And I'm sorry, just is the way I feel. The next option is having chat moderators who are reminding people to speak English. I'm not saying that, okay, whatever. You know what? It's a North American server. The majority of North America speaks English. Speak English or get the hell out of my server. Yeah, it's my server. I paid to be here. Sure, you paid to be in the game, but if you're in Asia, get on the Asian server. If you're in the EU, get on the EU server. I'm not against people who want to play on the North American server as long as they're willing to speak English. I'm like this. If you come to my country, don't expect that I'm going to learn your language just because you want to order a frickin' taco salad. If you want to come visit, you need to have an understanding of our language. And the way I look at it is you're being a visitor on this server. If you're in Asia, you paid to be on an Asian server. So go to your server. And it's up to the developers of the game to actually not just police that, but make it to where it's worthwhile for you to stay on your own damn servers. You're going to bring out a lot of douchebags that are going to make negative comments. So now you have the indistinguishable foreign languages in our chat, and then you've got the assholes that are saying horrible things about them because they're in our chat. Hey, here's another idea. Have somebody, pay somebody to be a moderator, to do nothing but sit around and bounce from chat server to chat server to chat server and just rotate through them and monitor these chats and actually enforce basic civil law, you know, and the EULA for the game. I'm pretty sure that you know, like I said, if you try to report somebody, you got what, offensive language, you got only a couple varied options, but what happens when you report somebody? I haven't heard of anybody getting banned because of racial slurs in chat. Yeah, there's just no moderation inside the game whatsoever, and that needs to change as well. Especially with 1.8 coming, with new content and everything else, it's going to make it to where the game is more attractive for people to come back who haven't been playing. People who quit because of whatever reasons decide that they're going to come back now just because of the new content. And I'm okay. You're going to have a lot more people in the game soon, so be prepared. Start looking into moderatorship. Alright, enough on that. I've run over my 15 minutes. I've been trying to restructure my videos so that I actually stick to not really a script, but actually stick to progression order. And I had a video that I mentioned all that. But just to summarize, what covered in this video was just me ranting about the accommodations and the reward system and how it's kind of screwed up and it needs to be adjusted. I also covered the idea of taking The Last Stand and Survival, making them free to everybody so that it's possible to actually get a survival game, or it's possible to actually get a Last Stand game. And survival PvE mode should no longer look for a group. You should be able to queue up for that as an individual and play single player in survival. It just needs to happen. And then finally, just covered my old fart mentality on our in-game chat system here in the Division, and a couple of things of how it can be rectified, and the atrocity that is the chat system. It's so bad that I actually had to turn it off. And a quick thing that I just want to pop on to and move on from is when you're going through areas and you can't get Faye Lau to shut her mouth, maybe a way of just turning off the mission announcements of the extra chit-chatty bullshit. Okay, there's certain events during that need to be done so you know the triggers for the map or the mission, but to turn off Faye and all the other nonsense that goes on in the background, you also lose Isaac. So you need to make it to where Isaac is on a different layer, so to speak, or whatever, from the rest of that. So you don't lose your Isaac functionality whenever you decide to turn off all that extra garbage. You know what I'm talking about. Alright. Well, please, as my little tickers is making sure that you see on there, leave comments. Let me know what you think about these topics. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever you prefer. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Takes a second to reach over there and click that with your mouse. And definitely subscribe. I'm really trying to push now to get more subscribers. So do that. Doesn't take much time. Go ahead and subscribe. Even if you don't turn on notifications, at least subscribe. That way you can help me so I can start making better videos. Awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the